Hi, Aquarius, and welcome to your January 2023 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. I hope you're all doing really well as we are moving through your collective 12th house, leading up to the new moon in Aquarius. Later in January, we will also be having all planets direct right as we move into your season, into your time of the year. On January 22nd, I'm very excited to be reading for you all because there is going to be a lot of information coming up in this reading, I think, about the way that we're moving forward and progressing now. So if you guys enjoy the reading, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button below, and I will also be doing an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. But yes, let's get straight into your reading, Aquarius. Okay, so you are turning everything on its head this month. You have this Six of Swords reversed that is really catching my attention, alongside the Nine of Wands reversed, which does happen to be coming up in that third week, which is when we have all planets direct, meaning no retrogrades. And it also, we move into your season and get this new moon in Aquarius, and we have to turn everything on our head, on its head, maybe on our head too, I don't know. We have to really see things from a different perspective, and we have to really question the transitions and work ethics that we have been employing, as I feel a lot of that's very unsustainable coming out of December and coming out of 2022 in general. So this is truly ending that Saturn-Uranus square energy. It's been kind of like fading ever since November, but here it might really start to just be completely over. So you might be wanting to make changes. You might also not be changing in your typical way. So there's a completely maybe unexpected pivot or unexpected change. And you might also be seeing that, this is kind of hard to explain, but you have like maybe a bit of a crossroads, and on one hand you can have like exactly what you want, and then on the other hand you can have like consistency. Okay, so that is a crazy crossroads to be seen coming into the month of January, where it's like, oh my god, maybe I've like been really wanting consistency, or I've been wanting stability, but this path that's so attractive or is really giving me exactly what I've been wanting in my heart, not just wanting for the sake of wanting, but it's maybe not going to be that consistent, or it's not going to be like very predictable. So Aquarius is a sign like no other that actually does well with unpredictability, unconventionality, not having things turn out exactly the way we planned. And I feel like the month of January is really nice to have that, to have things not go quite exactly like we expected, and to also start to draw better boundaries, because I think that you are facing a type of crossroads that questions highly the boundaries that you've made status quo in your life. So you might be looking at different family relationships or different ways of relating to like blood family, but also inherited family. And you might kind of be seeing also within this crossroads that's coming up for everyone in January, that on one hand you have again that consistent kind of familial energy, and then on the other hand you have like the adventurous or the unprecedented one. Which do you feel more attracted to? It's going to be different for everybody. And I want you to know that by the third week of January, we have to understand that decision more thoroughly. So getting it out on paper and then maybe even choosing. But there's going to be a nice 3-month window for making these choices. Don't rush the choice as well in January, but do try to understand what choices you are facing. It seems to be very calm. It seems to be very zen also, totally changing the direction of this reading. The High Priestess, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. All of this is very calm, collected, and calculated. So I love this new calculated kind of Queen of Ice, King of Ice energy coming in for Aquarius, because Pluto, is getting close to moving into your sign, so you have that exact energy, kind of scorpionic energy, you know, that colder, more icy Scorpio energy as compared to that really crazy, volatile, hot energy that Scorpio also has because it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. But that Plutonian side is getting closer to you. So don't be surprised if you're like attracting more Scorpios into your life, or if you see more Scorpio characteristics or traits starting to come in to you as well. It's very Scorpionic energy here. The Devil, the High Priestess, the Queen and King of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. So what that means to me for an Aquarius, because it's not going to be like pure Scorpio energy, it's going to be like Scorpio Aquarius energy combined. It means not having to act on impulse. It means having a nice strategic calculated edge It means enjoying the planning process. Okay, this is important. Ooh, great download coming in, Aquarius. I'm so happy. I feel a lot of people being angry or upset or frustrated with the degree of opportunities, choices, and doorways, portals available to them. You know, you get that kind of frustration, like, which one do I go into? Which choice do I, uh, focus on? Am I worried about sacrificing these other things so that I can do this one thing? We, in January of 2023, have to really, I think, change the narrative on this a little bit and think, wow, look at how expansive my life is that I have all of these choices. Or look at how kind of Shiva-esque the energy is because of like all the different things I have to tend to, like having all these different, proverbial arms, having to like really look at a different thing, many different things at once. Getting into a place where you can embody more of a grace or more of a gratitude for having all of this is very important. And to not maybe be signaling to the universe over and over again that it's too overwhelming. I can't handle being in this place of opportunity. I can't handle being in this place of multiple open doors. That's where we get into the devil energy, right? Where it's like, okay, let's move away from opportunity then and have something prescribed where you don't have to make decisions. That's not what we want. We want freedom at the end of the day, right? So it's very important, sort of the thesis, the pinpointed message that I'm trying to get through here, is that it's very important in January to not be putting off constant signals that we don't want the freedom of these choices because we're scared of loss, or we're scared of commitment, or we're scared of making the wrong choice. Rather, I think we need to ask for more, if we like. It's not right for everybody. But that was what I was initially being guided to, was like, rather than wanting to cramp down or reduce too much, which is a bit of a conflictual message compared to what I've been saying in other readings, but this is just coming in for you. Maybe this is specifically for Aquarius because Pluto is coming into your sign. Rather than really condensing down and reducing for you, I actually feel that you can expand more. You can open even more opportunities for yourself, but only if you like the feeling of that freedom, okay? So it's a great month to kind of revamp our relationship with freedom, okay? And to invite that, because I also think there's like a lot of maybe societal wound that is getting disdainful about freedom, or other people having it, which is a really scary thing to see. It's one of the issues with the late Pluto in Capricorn, but also Pluto in Aquarius can be that way too. It wants a more like fine-tuned engine. What do I mean by that? Like almost like stuff or people or machines working all in unison to create one result. And in order to have that, you have to have maybe like less things for people to be doing. So that is a greater force. But I think for you and for anybody who really values freedom, it's very important to enjoy these opportunities and these multiple different ways that life is engaging you, and to get more like noble within it. 9 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, King and Queen of Cups, like holding a more grateful, not just grateful, but like zen, not even just zen. It's just a composed feeling within this window of opportunity seems to be important, and not like being all over the place and crazy. Like, what do I do? I'm freaked out. I don't know how to move forward. And like also being so obsessed or with the head down so much in the smartphone or in the planner or whatever it is, where you're not really paying attention also to what is happening around you is something that I'm telling all of the signs in January. And it's good to repeat it, because I do see a lot of people having problems because they're not maybe paying attention to their surroundings. So it's a good month for security as well. Not leaving your keys in your car, not leaving your house open, okay, when you're gone. Those are also important things this month as well. And I want you guys to maybe do a security checkup on yourself too. Okay, but let's move into your week-to-week Aquarius. Week number 1, you have the High Priestess rooted down by the King of Cups. Beautiful, cool yin and yang energy coming in there, because you've got the representation of the feminine with the High Priestess, and then the water masculine as well with the King of Cups. So there's a great evolution for Aquarius happening in the first week, because your sign also depicts water as well. You're the water bearer, so your archetype as an Aquarius is about the transference of water from one canister to the other. Nonetheless, you're a fixed air sign. So there's a Sphinx-like kind of riddleistic energy inherently within the sign of Aquarius, because nobody really understands why it's like this, but it is like this. So your own personal riddle, the riddle of your current experience, might have solutions or come into greater balance in the first week of January. And in the second week, you have the Three of Swords rooted down by the Queen of Cups, indeed. So you are finding solace, you are healing some type of heartbreak. We don't have any time, Aquarius, to be upset about the ex, to be, unless you've had like a very recent breakup, yes, that does take natural healing and bereavement. But what I mean here is we don't have any time to still be hung up on those old tears, those old wounds, those old heartbreaks that have now gone into like the deeper past. We have to take our time back, okay? And that's happening to you in the second week. In the third week, you have the Six of Swords reversed, or down by the Nine of Wands reversed. I want to talk for a little bit about this because this is really an extraordinary archetype, I think, combining those two together. So the Nine of Wands has been coming up a lot throughout the year of 2021 and 2022. And archetypally, that card is about pushing through. It's about being... if you can imagine going up like a flight of stairs, like 20 flights of stairs, you're on like the 18th flight of stairs. I don't know. You're getting close, but you're not quite there, and it's exhausting, and it's nonetheless getting you elevated. So try to pay attention to how exactly exhaustive your current elevation process is. Is there a way to simplify it? Is there an elevator rather than stairs? Or is there a greater purpose to taking the stairs? Are you developing some type of muscle or some type of ethic? It's reversed, so it means that something is in reverse. It means that there might be something within your business, within your work, within something like economical in your life, I think, that is either overdone or harder than it has to be. So in the third week of January, it's wonderful to start simplifying and getting this stuff together. Now you have the Six of Swords reversed above that. So there's something deeper than just money or work or, passing the time here. Pay close attention, Aquarius, to solving old traumas by being productive. There could be a workaholism or a productivity wound coming up to be healed in the third week of January, and all planets are going direct in that week. And it's been a particularly long period of retrogrades. So, God, it's been like 6 months or more in 2022, honest, I think. I don't know exactly how long it was, but I know. So when you have a long period of all planets direct, like we do, it's uncharacteristically long in 2023, 3 months. They usually last like 6 weeks at the most. The longer the all planets direct is, the longer the retrograde period was that preceded it. It all works in a balance in astrology. Very mathematical, very equalized, very balanced. So we get extra time in all planets direct because we had extra time in the turmoil of the retrogrades. We want to use this time completely to our advantage from around January 22nd to April 21st. Now, what it might take for you, Aquarius, to use this time as wisely as you need to, you might have to work less hours. You might have to make a little less money. You might also have to unravel or untie the wound that has to do with, like, if I work more, if I make more money, I'm getting myself back, or I'm reclaiming who I once was. Some people it is like that, but then for some people that's also like somewhat of a scam or somewhat of a false premise, because it might also be losing time, or it might be sacrificing something else that might be even more important than this money or than this current trajectory. So just look into your trajectories, really. It's really about knowing your trajectories, your aspirations, your longer term goals, so that you can really assess whether the current output of energy matches with that or not. It's a big thing we're going through in this collective time of Aquarius. With Pluto going into Aquarius, Aquarius is one of the most intelligent signs relating to the long term, relating to alchemy, because it is an archetype of alchemy, the transference of water from one canister to the other. Why is the water bearer transferring the water? It's because something's out of balance. It's because they're trying to create a different result. So Aquarius really is like the archetype of the engineer or the alchemist. Something's off there, Aquarius, not just for you, but for everyone. And you got to fix that and maybe work with that Rubik's Cube a little bit there in the third week. Week number 4, the 9 of Pentacles rooted down by the devil. Do we have to do things we don't want to do in order to maintain that lifestyle? Okay. I love 9 of Pentacles. It's one of my favorite cards in the tarot. I don't like it as much with the devil because it says that that status of being in a place of ease or being in a place of luxury is like contingent on shackles or chains or being like tied down to something. You know, it's the perfect archetype for like having too big of a house payment, which I know that everybody has here in 2023, too much rent, too much mortgage. Unless you bought a house a long, long, long time ago, it's very hard to be there right now. So we have this feeling of like, oh my God, in order to pay my rent or in order to pay my mortgage, I've got to like work 3,000 hours a month. And there's not even 3,000 hours in a month. We want to really find creative solutions to this in the 4th week. And I think that it will be there for you. Just follow your integrity and follow your greater, longer term inspirations, and things will fall into place. But take a look at what it takes to maintain. Okay. Let's do an extended reading and talk more about that for you, Aquarius. I'll link that below. Come check out the Patreon page. It's a great value. You get all the signs, all the extended readings, as well as weekly forecasts that are only available over there with the 1 membership. So I really appreciate it for those of you who are already joined. And if you would like to start your new year off with a membership to the Patreon page, I think it would be a great New Year's gift for yourself or anyone that you love. So let's go do that. I'll link that below and in the center of your screen. Talk to you soon, Aquarius. Have a great month. Bye.